Good evening, everybody. Hi, Rock. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Are you kidding me? Is there an ad? Okay, fine. I'll be right back. And then we'll come back once the ad is. Is it pre roll? Shoot. All right, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I swear I got my shit together. I wanted to go get something to drink before we start this because I feel like this is going to be a long one. Um, because I don't know if you guys have heard the news about what's going on in the VTuber space lately. Okay, I want to preface this by saying, okay, footnote, I don't know much about I'm not that into the VTuber community, if that makes sense. I usually just use my VTuber as like an avatar, if that makes sense. However, I do understand how certain VTubers have a character that they portray, or they have lore, and it goes really, really in depth. Like, I get how, because I'm always amazed seeing how creative people can be with their VTubers. Like, I get VTubers. Um, and though I'm not that into it, I do watch a few VTubers. One of them being the main topic of today, which is Iron Mouse, and another being like Shoto, but I think he's independent. But Iron Mouse is what caught my attention because we'll watch it. It started with her, right? It started with her releasing this video. I can't wait to watch it with you all. This. I haven't seen it fully. Well, I think I have seen it fully once, but we're going to watch it again because I do have notes.
Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by Vshojo.
Damn.
With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed
Allegedly
a significant amount of
Thank you.
funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000.
Every time, like, I feel like every time she does a charity, it is to the Immunodeficiency Foundation. That the fact that they are owed $500,000, $500,000, that's a huge chunk of change. And I do remember, like, when she raised the fundraiser for it, it was huge because she always goes big for her fundraisers, her subathons.
From Vshojo. I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for
Hi,
me
19th.
to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold.
The moment I heard I have to wait for my attorney, right? Like, we have to wait to see what I can say through my attorney, or I was I was advised by my attorney. The moment you hear I was advised by my attorney, shit's going down. Bigger shit than you know. I knew it the moment I was like, oh, it's more than just this. I mean, this is bad, obviously. Like, this is really bad. But I love how Iron Mouse focuses on her, which she should, and the fundraising, which she should. But I love how she has nuggets of information that I think I'll clock while we watch this about the company too.
So one day I will be able to tell you the full story.
I can't wait for the tell-all.
But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of Vshojo. If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you were ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends.
Okay, hold on. Shit, sorry, my phone is blowing up right now. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, actually, when I heard this the first time, my jaw to the floor. My jaw was to the floor because that's some that okay. At first, I'm like, okay, they didn't pay them. Why didn't they pay them? I'm like, there has to be a reason, but she can't really go into what the reason is. But we're going to figure out why because apparently there was news that happened today. Okay, here we go. Gun runs tweets? No, hold on. Was when did they tweet? I will talk about all the okay, I will not lie. We will talk about this because she was the first domino and then everyone kind of just left Vshojo like it's a conga line. They're just congoing at right out of Vshojo while the world is burning behind, like the building is burning behind them. Like my goodness. Gun run. Let's see. Gun run. Yes, this okay. Yes, Rock, I have not read this. I'm keeping it up though. Thank you for letting me know. I have not read this. However, we will read it. There's a video on it because this is I think did this appear yesterday or today? I think this was yesterday. Yes, this happened yesterday. Okay, we're going to hold that. We're going to look at it together. But yeah, no. This whole thing blows my mind because seriously, okay, and again, I'm not really a business person, but the fact that this happened, what, 3, 4 days ago, at the beginning of this week, and an entire company crumbled in less than a week, in less than just like, what, 5 days? Something like that, blows my mind. And I'm like, how do you mess up that badly? And that's what's getting that's what's interesting to me. Like how did you fuck up that badly? Sorry.
I
Go,
was
mouse.
very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a low to near non functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life.
This is a lot. Okay, CVID is a relatively frequent form of primary immunodeficiency found in about 1 in 25,000 persons. This is the reason it's called common. The degree and type of deficiency of serum immunoglobulins and the clinical course varies from person to person, hence the word variable. An additional characteristic is a decreased IgA and or IgM level or a low level of all three major types of immunoglobulins. I hope I said that right. In some individuals, there are defects of the T cells, and this may also contribute to the increased susceptibility to infections, as well as autoimmunity, granulomatous disease, and cancer. I hope I said that right. Not apparently not 5 days. Others have come out and mentioned they haven't been paid since September. No, we're gonna get that. I'm talking about like how all of this just crumbled in 5 days. All of these news is, I think it's less than that. Let me see, because it blew up when she talked about. When did she talk about this?
Life.
We'll see. This is like the fourth or fifth mid-level management collapse. I'm not surprised. I was surprised when this happened to Game 3 because everyone had new mid-level management systems or scams. Oh, you mean Maker Studios? Yes, I was. Okay, I thought. Are you talking about? I think it was Maker. Was it Maker Studios? I think it was Maker Studios. Okay, I remember before COVID, right? Before COVID, before the rise of VTubing and everything, a similar thing happened, but it was with streamers or I would just say YouTubers. I would say YouTubers. It happened with a lot of YouTubers, um, and a lot of gaming YouTubers. A lot of companies fell through, like it didn't work out. It crumbled kind of like this. Maybe not to this degree or this quickly, but it did happen. I remember that. And I feel like this is a resurgence, but it's focused mainly to VTubing. And something, a company as big as Vshojo, because they've carved a name for themselves as one of the big VTube agencies, I guess, for it to fall so quickly is so interesting. Very interesting.
So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I
Oh.
could make some friends online because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind. I just thought that I would stream to, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life.
See, I feel for that. That I used to just watch streaming. I was interested, but I never really thought I would be able to do it, you know? And then one day, well, it was a series of things that collectively happened. And it was around the time my mom got sick that I started thinking, oh, you know what? I'm just going to stream. I don't have like a long, I only have one life. I might as well do it and see how that goes. Let's just try it. And I did not do it for an audience. I actually did it so that I could focus on something outside of the very negative things that was happening in my life at the time. Like, it was a bad period. I shouldn't say it was bad. It was intense. It was an intense period in my life, I should say. And streaming actually helped me get through that, or help me kind of, I don't want to say dissociate, but kind of divert. It diverted my attention away from the things that were happening around me. So I understand how big streaming means for her, because it means a lot to me, and I still do it. I'm a very tiny streamer, but I still do it. It's been like years.
But
But what?
unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar to stream. And that's how I started VTubing. It took me a while to take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to
Yeah, I
take it
can't get that far.
seriously around the time when I was approached to join Vshojo. And it was through Vshojo that I was able to grow into the Iron Mouse that I am today. When I was approached in 2020 and asked to join Vshojo, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind,
Corpo VTuber being corporate VTuber? I guess. Someone tell me.
I saw myself as unhireable,
Oh.
which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and
Hmm.
being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me.
Though I can hear her voice cracking, and I can hear her crying, and it hurts me. It hurts me so much. I could hear it, and it hurts me. Mouse has a genuinely solid reason to stream for friends. Yes, couldn't actually socialize. Actually, okay, I will say VTubing or PNG tubing or whatever, if is great for those like Iron Mouse. They can make a mark for themselves away from the disability. You know what I mean? Like, it's not their center focus of who they are. Their personalities can really shine through outside of what their physical like bodies can show, if that makes sense. And I think VTubing is amazing for those who have like a disability, who can't socialize. Because again, well, I would say it's easier for us now to be able to socialize because we have the internet. Um we started with chat rooms, right? Stuff like that. But in this way, being an entertainer, being a performer, this allows them to be that in ways that they probably couldn't do it outside of the, I guess, digital nerd space. Can we say that? Does that make sense? I'm so bad at explaining, but that's how what I get. Have you seen the stream clip between a Vshojo exec and a stream? Yes, yes, that was Kason. That was Kason. And guess what? Guess what? Kason came to Comic Con, and I'm just like, so I'm proud. I'm proud. I'm proud of Kason. But
For a
yes, we're gonna talk
while,
about that too.
I was struggling to make a decision. because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid
Mm.
about trusting people because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried.
I have trust issues too. I have trust issues too. And that's why I'm so scared of companies. I've heard horror stories of like companies in different parts of just life, and I can't. I'm okay staying independent. I'm okay just me, myself and I.
About expectations and a million and one other things. But I ultimately decided to join Vshojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you. I would always be told how important I was for the company,
Mm.
and I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt tripped into signing. I felt responsible
That's
for
awful.
everybody.
That's awful. It's like, damn. They and the thing of it is, I can see it. I can see what she means. The pressure that she's in, because first of all, you can tell she's a good person, right? She doesn't want to let anyone down, and especially her Vshojo sisters, right? She just wants to lift them up, and the fact that they use that against her pisses me the fuck off. Like, that's what they did to her, and I get that that puts so much more pressure on her.
I felt responsible for staff
Yeah.
and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me.
See, the fact that she says guilt tripping, or they guilt tripped her to stay, it just pissed. Wait, did they say? Wait, let me see. Guilt tripped her, right?
And talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the
Mm.
point where I felt guilt tripped
See, yeah.
into
Okay.
signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right.
That kind of pressure that they put on one person to carry the whole company, that's insane. Insane. And that none of the other VTubers would let her feel like that. Like, they would, if they heard that this is happening, they would try and alleviate. They don't want her to feel like that at all. But I'm thinking, so if they're guilt tripping her, they're using this shit against her. But again, I can't think for her. I can't feel for her. So,
Right
but
with
that's
me,
just,
and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've
mine
had a lot
too.
of scary experiences in my life, so one amazing thing for me was the fact that Vshojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information. So
I I understand where she comes from too. I don't want to handle my payments. I have to. I'm independent. It's just me, myself, and I'm very tiny, so I can handle it. But if I have, I like to create. I don't like dealing with the little details. I just don't like dealing with them.
that was
Oh shit!
always
Sorry.
a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted
Mm.
to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me
Hmm.
to this point. Throughout the years, Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Damn. Damn. That's insane. That's insane.
The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction.
Okay, so I know Sea Dog VA because of his IRL streams. I know he lives in, or he went to Japan to do this, or he lives in Japan. I think he lives in Japan. So he lives in Japan and he did this, and he met up with like other uh, YouTubers and creators as well along the way. Loved that stream. I was like, oh gosh, dang, I'd love to do an IRL stream. Truly, that would be so fun. Like he makes it looks like so much fun. Lives there, born in Wales. Yes.
And other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following two subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Okay, sorry, I'm now reading your chat. Honestly, I think that normal talent agencies needs to start looking at streamers alongside actors. That would never happen. That would never happen. And the reason why was because they barely took YouTubers seriously, you know? Like they barely take YouTubers seriously. Even when amazing YouTube creators like Markiplier who use the entire platform to create like a choose your own adventure game that's never been done on an internet platform before. Like, come on. That was brilliant. Brilliant. They will never acknowledge that because we're on an internet space. I think they would just see it as, I don't want to say less than, but a little less than.
The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350
That's just
to
insane.
the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success.
Yeah.
So I decided to do it again the next year.
And I remember this.
My last subathon was
This
one of
one.
the biggest events I've ever done. The
It was
support was
insane. How many days did it last? It went for days. It was huge, and she brought in huge creators. Kai Cenat was one of them.
overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and
That's
breaking the all-time sub
insane.
record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, Vshojo has not paid the charity.
A year! A year! There is no excuse. A year? Are you kidding me? There is no excuse for that. There is no excuse for a year and not being paid.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity. We almost always raise money
That's
for the Immune
crazy.
Deficiency Foundation.
Yeah.
They help people with primary immune deficiency diseases, or PI, which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection. And this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified, I was lonely, and I was
Oh.
confused. I honestly didn't really know what was going on.
Oh, this is so sad. I can't. You can tell she owes her life to this foundation. You can hear it. Oh, the pain.
And I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me.
Oh,
I
no.
just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately, that's not the case.
Oh,
As much
God.
as I would like to continue to talk about this. Unfortunately, I can't. So, to recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000 from Vshojo. I really
Damn,
wish
that's just
that I could tell you
that's oh my god, how do you fuck up that badly? How do you fuck up that badly?
more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I'm
Good.
at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm very sad.
I can see she's floating in the black void. I feel like a lot of the other VTubers are as well, floating in the black
I'm
void.
very confused. Once again, I want to apologize to the Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community who has shown so much support to me.
She shouldn't apologize. It should be Vshojo. Vshojo should. Fucking hell, dude. She's so sweet. She doesn't deserve.
I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. Like I said, I really haven't had much time to process this. But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Thankfully, any donations made through Tiltify go directly to the charity. That link is also there if you've heard about this and would like to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Sometime this month, I plan on doing a special live stream in order to raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I hope to have a ton of friends joining me, and hopefully there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and just a day full of happiness. I just honestly really want to show that after all of this, that VTubing is a force for good. So thank you guys so much for all the support. And
She's too good for this world. Oh my goodness. Why? She does so much, or she tries so hard. Like, and you could tell she tries so hard. She's so passionate about it. I want to kick Vshojo's ass.
thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And once again, I want to say that I am truly sorry. Okay. Bye bye.
Oh no. Okay. However, there is a happy, I wouldn't say it's an ending so far, but good news, I will say. Give me a second. I believe that, let me check that Tiltify link here real quick. The money issue sucks, but they are free now. No more Vshojo puppet strings. I'm not quite sure the limitations Vshojo imposed, though. From what I hear, the whole reason Vshojo was as popular as it was is because their rules are rather lax. Like, it was easy to break the contract if they weren't happy or anything. Like, so I don't know how much of the limitations they have, but I heard it was pretty lax. I'm more interested to see, damn, how, because let's be honest, this snowballed into something huge. When did she make this? Oh, come on now. Oh, stop it, you. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she unveiled a new model this this week. So she picks herself up so quickly, and I'm glad her friends are behind her when she does.
I am leaving.
Oh, wrong thing. Also wrong thing. Oh my goodness. Shut the fuck up. Look, hold on. Yo! 1,273,915.54. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's like, oh my, that's insane. Wow. And all she asked for was $10,000. Ah, wait, and it's growing. I am so, this gives me faith in humanity. This makes me feel good. And another thing that makes me happy, apparently, is the new. I know this is like diverting, but this is things that make me happy. The Superman movie I heard is also a feel good movie, a movie about hope. I need to watch that. I want to watch it. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. I'm going to check again after. But I found all of this out through my man, Moist Critical. He explains it to me in a way that I can easily digest.
There's a topic I cover from time to time that always seems to ruffle some feathers and get people squirming.
The entire community rallied around Mousy. Not only the entire community, the the communities of other streamers also rallied around Mousy. Like everyone's communities rallied around Mousy, and that makes me feel so good. That just makes me feel so good.
In their chairs in anger because I have less than kind things to say about some of the biggest players in the industry. Mm-hmm. But I just can't.
Wasn't Niji Sanji also a big thing? Wasn't that last year, though? Was it last year? This time last year. Yeah, I think it was this time last year Niji Sanji was in hot water.
Help myself. I can't bite my tongue on it. I'm like Winnie the Pooh poking a beehive because I'm addicted to the honey inside. And in this case, that honey is vindication. For a while now, I have bah-humbugged VTuber agencies. I've seen a lot of the contracts that some of the top talent were locked into with these organizations, and they are extraordinarily corrupt.
I also thought that the VTube agencies kind of seemed shady. I don't know why. I feel like there were so many things that could go wrong, even with the bigger VTuber companies.
I think the agencies in this space are exploitative, and they treat their talent more like prisoners. It is unbelievable the depths of greed that these agencies in the VTuber space have succumbed to. But before I dive deeper into this big...
I feel like they treat them like idols, like, you know, Asian pop idols, or, you know, those kind of idols, K-pop idols. They're locked in this contract where it's so restrictive, right? Well, at least certain companies do. And they're very, very controlling. Yeah. They run on the idol. Yes, idol culture. Yes, exactly.
Getting the meatballs
very controlling.
On my
yes.
disdain for VTuber agencies in the industry. I would like to give you the catalyst for why I'm talking about it again today. It's because Iron Mouse just made a really sad video about why she's leaving Vshojo. Vshojo being another huge player in the VTuber space. They are a massive agency that's represented some of the top talent.
Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by Vshojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds.
When I heard significant, I didn't think significant, you know? But $500,000. Oh my God.
Which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from Vshojo.
For those that don't know who Iron Mouse is, she is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch in terms of subscribers. She even broke the all-time subscriber record, and she has a primary immunodeficiency disease. She has CVID. So she does a lot of charitable work for this organization, and apparently she's just discovered that Vshojo hasn't fully paid what they owed her personally, and they haven't paid the money that they owe to the charitable foundation that she was fundraising for, something that she does often, but
I mean, that 500K was half our subathon income. Yes. She never saw the other half. Oh my goodness. No, I don't think she did. Because again, she said she lost money, but it's the $500,000 on top of the money that she herself had lost.
Vshojo
That's like
is
a
required in this
lot of
process
money.
because they handle her money in certain cases, which is not uncommon in the space. Like, I'm gonna get deeper into like a lot of things with VTuber agencies that I've tiptoed around quite a bit in the past, but I don't want to like fully go into the weeds of it here. But let me just go ahead and explain where that number's coming from, the $500,000 owed to charity that Vshojo still hasn't paid.
Okay.
They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success. So I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked Vshojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, Vshojo has not paid the charity.
So in a nutshell, Iron Mouse ran a subathon. It was extremely successful and raised a ton of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. And Vshojo did pay it out the first time around, but when she came back for the second time the following year, it was even bigger. It broke records.
I think the reason why, I don't know. I can't again speak for anybody. I can't explain them, whatever. But I do think it's like greed. They saw how big the first subathon is. They saw dollar signs when they saw how big and how it blew up the last subathon was. Like it just blew up so much. So I think they just saw huge dollar signs each time. And
it raised over $500,000 that were supposed to go to the Immune Deficiency Foundation that has still not been paid out to the charitable organization to this day, according to Iron Mouse. Now, I've seen a little bit of confusion, people wondering why would Vshojo even be handling that money in the first place? Why wouldn't it just come directly from Iron Mouse since it's her Twitch? Well, that's where you get into the really stinky territory where in a lot of cases these agencies, they handle the finances of the talent. Like, they put their grubby paws on it before the talent does. So it's not uncommon in the space for the agreement between talent and agency have the agency directly handle like their Twitch subs and their Twitch revenue and their Twitch ads, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And in the full video, Iron Mouse goes deeper into this, so I highly encourage you to check out the full thing for the entire scoop. But in her case specifically, that was actually kind of appealing to her because then she would be able to stay even more private because she really values her anonymity. So having Vshojo involved in that process was actually kind of a big deal to her.
That makes sense too if you want to protect your privacy. But didn't something come out today? Or was it yesterday? That someone within Vshojo is doxing. I don't know. That's a rumor. I will say that's a rumor. That is not fact. Someone check that.
And for previous fundraising through Tiltify, it wasn't a problem. But when it came to the subathon money, since it was going through Twitch subs and everything, it meant Vshojo was going to be involved in this process. And the first time it was fine. It apparently went off without issue. But this time, when the money was even higher, well, some kind of screws must have went loose over there at the Vshojo headquarters.
That's what I
guess
said.
That shit just fucking burst into flames or something, and they just haven't got around to it. They're still putting out some fires, and they'll get to it any day now.
I think it's
Vshojo would be responsible for donating that money on her behalf, an obligation that they still haven't fulfilled all this time later, according to Iron Mouse. It's diabolical.
Yeah.
Withholding over $500,000 to charity, and also withholding money that Iron Mouse is allegedly owed as well. And what's even crazier is how unsurprised I am by it. Now, full disclosure, I didn't know too much about Vshojo.
Honestly, I was kind of okay. There were major data security issues with Vshojo's staff. No. Oh no. Oh no. okay, I will say I was surprised because Vshojo really did try and make a mark, um, at least for me, sitting on the outside, right? They fooled me, I guess. That they, because they were so lax and their the way that they you know they thrived on the how they treated their VTubers, right? Like it was supposed to be good how they treat their VTubers. However, was it Nanners when she left Vshojo? Like I thought it was amicable. Was there? I don't think there was any drama surrounding that. Was there? Was there? I don't believe it was. However, when this story broke out, right? Other stories from Vshojo also broke out. And there were so many hidden shady things that I did not know about that surprised me about this. So I guess I was fooled. I was surprised by this whole thing.
Those inner workings, that was one of the few agencies I wasn't super privy to on like the behind the scenes of.
I think I'm also surprised because how the fuck did you fuck up that bad? That's why I'm surprised.
But I'd always heard good things, but I always had skepticism because of how the industry functions at the agency level from the other ones I know. And this kind of dirty, scummy, greedy business is just so standard for these agencies in the space. It is sickening. Now, Vshojo is going through big turbulence right now. They're losing some of their top talent, like even...
Okay, this was like 3 days ago. Not only I think the whole talent is gone. They all walked out of the company in a conga line. They were gone. They are gone. As after this video, and so much so that the company has, I think, closed. We'll get to that.
Before Iron Mouse's video,
Spoiler.
About a month ago, they made a post about how Giga was going to be departing Vshojo.
That's crazy. Okay, so it was.
And then just
Iron
48
Mouse,
hours
and then I heard
later,
about
they
Giga.
announced Zin would also be leaving Vshojo, one of their original members. So there's definitely been some, curious Georges out there wondering what's going on at Vshojo that's got everyone leaving. What's this exodus from Vshojo all about? Fun fact, Giga is actually with us at Cheeky now. We're not like a VTuber agency. That's not what I'm trying to get across. Our soap. She really likes our soap, Cheeky soap. So she's partnered with us at Cheeky, and she's an absolute sweetheart. That's what I was trying to get across. The point is, some like really good people have been leaving Vshojo, and now Iron Mouse have dropped this video about some very alleged scummy practices here.
Allegedly, I should say that allegedly. This whole video, allegedly.
At the Vshojo corporate level, and I don't know how Vshojo recovers from it going forward. They haven't made a statement yet. It's still a little too fresh as of me making this video. I'm very curious what they're going to say about it. If I had to spitball, I would imagine that their next play will be donating that money to the charitable foundation. I imagine they donate the 515.
You'd think that'd be their next play. You'd think, but God no. Did they fucked up so hard.
15K to the Immune Deficiency Foundation or whatever the exact number was. I bet they'll do that to desperately try and save face. I don't think the community will respond well to it because it's very clear that they're just doing it now because of the public pressure that's being exerted on them. I don't know how they move forward with a good reputation. I don't think all of their talent's going to leave overnight.
Well, okay, maybe not overnight. Wow, maybe not overnight, but close, pretty close. It shocked us all. Truly, it shocked all of us. When each time I would refresh my Twitter, I find out another Vshojo VTuber left. Again, like it shocked all of us. Crazy.
Imagine a lot of those contracts. In fact, I'm confident a lot of those contracts lock them down for quite a while with like some non-disparagement clauses in there and everything. Like I bet there is a lot of things at play where the talent.
Again, it's because of Vshojo that the rules of being locked down. I don't think anyone's locked down currently, are they? I don't believe. No, because Vshojo decided to, again, spoiler alert, close. It's over.
Won't be able to leave even if they really want to. And I can only hope that the community here doesn't start attacking the Vshojo talent for staying.
Yeah,
because I
please
imagine
don't.
in a lot of cases they don't have a choice. Now,
Again, I feel like, yes, the talent represents Vshojo, but it's still the talent, it's still their creation. They're the ones who created it. It's their personality shining through. It's their performing. That's all them. And they should have, and I'm glad that, again, I'm glad they were able to have more creative control over their VTuber.
that's kind of the situation in a nutshell, but I want to dive deeper into agencies as a whole. I've kind of teased it a little bit throughout the video. And
It wasn't Gunner and basically went, oops, spent it clothes. Wait, no, wait. Okay, I haven't read the tweet. Again, I did this released yesterday and I didn't get a chance to check it out.
I know people like to talk about VTubing as a whole, like it's some kind of niche that's not mainstream. That couldn't be further from the truth. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it is so lucrative. And these agencies have swooped in and made sure they are the ones getting the lion's share of that money, and they'll kind of trickle down, drip feed a little milk from their titties to the talent that's under their umbrella. And what's even more disgusting is they fed people shit and gave them a taste for it, an acquired palate, normalizing their greed, where
Yeah,
the
that's
talent,
it is. It's
the
just,
ones that
it's
are
greed.
actually
That's all it
gathering
is.
the audience, you know, the actual VTubers, they don't see most of the money that they bring in. The agency does. That includes merch. That includes
Not only that, it's actually a lot of reason why a lot of VTubers left Vshojo was because they didn't even get paid. Nobody got paid. Nobody got paid in Vshojo. And that's crazy. What do you mean nobody got paid? And you know, they have so many great talents. That makes no damn sense.
their Twitch subs. That includes YouTube revenue. Pretty much any piece of the pie that has dollars, doubloons in it, the agency is the one that's got their fingers in it, and the VTuber gets pieces of it, tiddlywinks. And I think it is
Yeah.
so ass backwards. It
The talent should have been the main priority. Rock, you're absolutely right. The talent should have been the main priority.
has always rubbed me the wrong way, so I've always talked very negatively about VTuber agencies, much to the chagrin of the VTuber audience. The audience that watches VTubers is very loyal to their favorite creators in the space, so they get very upset when the 5'6" Florida man Neanderthal shoots spitballs at the agency that represents their favorite VTuber, because the community, like the relationship between the agency and the VTuber, is one that's supposed to be built on like a tight connection, like this partnership, almost like a family. But nothing could be further from the truth. It's about as much of a family as like the prison warden is to the prisoners.
Okay, I hate to say this, unless the business is an actually family-owned company, you're not family. Nowhere, no matter where you work, you're not family. Unless it's, you know, your family owning it or a family-owned business, you're not. No. Don't ever believe that. That's corporate bullshit. Don't ever believe that.
I think it is completely unacceptable the way a lot of these agencies treat their talent. I also think a lot of people have been completely misled by them on the industry as a whole, where they act like there's only one path to success when it comes to VTubing. Or at least they did, not so much these days. It's starting to kind of get a little more clear that you don't have to sign with them, but for the longest time, it was as if there was only one path to success in the space, which was signing.
Okay, sorry, I gotta read this. As I understand the issue, Vshojo spent the money expanding the company and tried to convince investors to replace the money by those potential investors needing it. Oh, yeah, that's the doom cycle. That's illegal. I'm pretty sure they call that embezzlement. Pretty sure that's incredibly illegal.
With an agency where they basically give you a career. They grow you through their network. They give you all the tools to grow,
Allegedly.
but they basically own you. And I know the argument a lot of people make is, well, they gave you your career. You do owe them like 90% of the money that you generate. That makes sense. Without them,
That's so twisted. That's so twisted. Because again, it's not the company that's the personality, it's the VTubers. They deserve it. They're the one generating money for, I guess, the pimps. Fucking Vshojo.
you were nothing. And I just think that is completely delusional. I think you've been brainwashed to think that.
Yeah.
It's a little different nowadays where so many people are doing really well independent. There are so many independent VTubers that are crushing it. And a lot of formally contracted talent for agencies have left to be indie and are still doing really well.
Yes.
So it's being proven that you don't need...
Again, it is anywhere in any situation, and whether you're a YouTuber or VTuber, a streamer, anything, any kind of internet personality, influencer, yada 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 yada. Okay, it is you and your personality and just like your behavior, who you are, resonating with an audience, and it can be whatever audience. It's just that's the beauty of the whole world. There's 7-8 billion people in the world. You'll reach an audience of some kind. So you'll reach an audience, but it's your personality doing it, not a company that backs you up to do it.
These agencies to succeed as a VTuber.
And luck, I should say.
I understand, like, you know, they do help speed up the growth of the career because then they just plug and play to like their network and just have eyes on you by default. But from everything I've seen, it just never really seems worth the trade-off.
That's
like,
what I think.
You never get a better deal. So like, let's say you start with them and then you explode and become the biggest VTuber in the world. All the ones I've seen, the contracts don't scale with that success, so you still are locked into a bad deal. And now the agency just makes a killing off of your success.
Exactly.
And you kind of stay in the...
Exactly. And I thought it was because I had trust issues. I thought it's because I don't understand the whole business world like that.
Same spot, more
the entertainment space.
Like, it just doesn't ever really feel worth it to do that.
I agree.
When you can still be very successful without these agencies. And it just sucks to see that it is still so common that these agencies are greedy scumbags, like in this case here with Vshojo, apparently. But anyway, I just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's about it. So, yeah.
Okay, before we continue on to the next one, we have about 1.5 minutes before the ad break. Don't worry, I will always have a be right back screen, so we can all just take a break for 3 minutes and then come back. I actually do have the tweet. Let's read this thing. Everyone can see it okay? Okay. Vshojo has failed. Wow, what a great way... Sorry. What a great way to start a tweet. Okay. Vshojo has failed, and I've mismanaged the company into the situation you're all witnessing. So today, I'm sharing the difficult news that Vshojo is shutting down, and I take full responsibility for the decisions that led us to this point. I've been doing everything I can to fundraise and right the ship these past few months, but despite my efforts, we are in a worse position, and those I care about are now paying the price. You think? Over the past few years, we raised around 11 million to pursue a bold talent-first approach in VTubing, prioritizing creators and community over short-term profits to achieve long-term sustainability. Our funding went directly to our creators through generous splits, debut investments, infrastructure, concerts, events, and staffing, all designed to support them. Yeah, I mean, Vshojo was like on billboards and shit, weren't they? Oh, shoot, ad's going to start in 11 seconds. Don't worry, I'll pause. Actually, we're just going to pause here. We're going to just pause here. I'll put the little cursor back. That second from last paragraph is likely going to hurt him. Oh, wait. Okay, don't say nothing. I'm not reading. Don't tempt me, Rock. Don't tempt me to read. I need to wait. I need to be patient. Let's see. This is main draw for most agencies. Is that they'll front the money for your initial model, rigging a debut, and they can be Oh, yes. Are you kidding me? A very good model and rigging is hundreds to thousands of dollars, especially if you have different emotes and stuff. Like it can really rack up because you're not only paying for just the VTuber, you're paying for the rigging as well. Those are two different things. There's a lot of work that goes into creating this character that you see right now. Oh, be right back. Welcome back. I got me a peach to help. I had to get away from the computer so it wouldn't read. Okay. Who's going to be on the support them? Okay. We also wanted talent to own their IP, which we knew was a unique creative first approach for an agency. That's why everyone really liked it at the time. However, despite our efforts, the business failed to generate the revenue we needed to sustain that model, and eventually we ran out of money. Additionally, I acknowledged that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative. At the time, we were working on hard to raise additional investment capital. Shut the fuck up. Hold on. At the time, we were working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believed, based on information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all expenses. That's a Embezzlement is a type of financial crime where a person takes money or assets that were entrusted to them and uses them for unauthorized purposes. It typically involves someone in a position of trust, such as an employee, misappropriating funds over time. My good sir, you just confessed to this. Now, let's see. Again, I want to cover my bases. Yes, embezzlement is illegal. Why the fuck would you confess to a crime like that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How? And like, again, I saw this. I saw the whole embezzlement thing. I did not see the tweet. I'm not finished with it either, but I haven't saw the tweet, but I realized fucking knew it would be embezzlement. I fucking knew it. I knew it. That's why everybody left. That's why I was like, okay, the first Iron Mouse one, you know, with the whole attorneys thing. So I was like, oh, that's way bigger than just this. It's not only embezzlement, it's stealing all of your creators' money. And yeah, embezzlement of your talents. That's fucking insane. And you admitted to it right here. Where was I? We were unsuccessful. No, you think? In our fundraising efforts. I made the decision to pursue funding and I own its consequences. You mean jail? My goodness. Well, at least you're okay with it. I am deeply sorry to all the talent, staff, friends, and community members who believed in our brand. You did not deserve this gun run. Justin. Are you kidding me? Additional context, it says, by some of the money spent, gun run meant $500,000 that are for the Immunodeficiency Foundation. Despite the claim that he later learned was intended for a charitable initiative, screenshots of Gunrun's retweets of the event can be found. So he knew about it. He knew about this whole thing. Oh, I didn't know. Shut the fuck up, you liar. Hi, Nelsia. Hi. And what do you think? Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this. Oh, this is going to keep me level. Yeah, what did you think? Tell me. Also, I love the Jacksepticeye. I follow Jacksepticeye, but he likes like keeping charity money is some movie villain shit. This is A level movie level shit, dude. My goodness. I'm so glad you like it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. The atmosphere, the music, the help, like people helping you out. I just love it. I love it. Anyway. Of course, Iron Mouse, you broke my heart, my spirit, and my trust. Giga. Vshojo didn't just fail. Many staff and leadership failed Vshojo. Instead of using talent money on operating costs. So Giga's saying just in general, all of Vshojo. Okay, the company should have shut down or at least informed us, but you used us as cash cows to keep things afloat while keeping us in the dark. You chose to keep the expensive sinking ship going and felt that it was fine to keep paying out to staff you were friends with instead of putting talent first. There we go. You made it abundantly clear that you were okay with not prioritizing the debts owed to the talent who made this company what it is. While saying you will take full responsibility is the correct thing to do, I also think that there are many others in the company without the same positive intent as conveyed in this message. In every leadership or staff call I had, you sat back and didn't say much while you had other staff members that were clearly the ones doing the actual work be the ones to speak. Oh, so he was just what did Gunrun do then? What is his job? We know which leadership worked on our contracts. We know which leadership constantly sat in VC voice chat. playing games with staff instead of working on time-sensitive tasks for our events and debuts. Oh, she's also calling them lazy. We know which staff consistently leaked information about there's the doxing. There's where the doxing thing came from. Wow. All right, Nasiam, you have a good night. Have a good one. I'm glad you got to finish it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We know which staff. Yeah, it's information about the talent. Okay, so that was the actual doxing. That's where the rumor came. Well, where I heard it. As the CEO, you are the final check, yes, but this means that all checks before you failed too. Damn. That's true. So I guess they paid their favorite staff that did nothing instead of the talent who literally did everything, carried them on their backs. Gosh dang. Seriously, support all the talent. Never support the company. Support the talent. Okay? Support the talent. Why didn't you let us know the moment you realized the situation? Why did I get information 2 weeks ago, not from the company, but from my homegirls? Why did you lie to the JP branch a week ago that everything was good and taken care of? Damn, Kason was pissed. I mean, it's true though. Like, oh, and I've also been watching Zentrea's comments on. Okay, I was. Oh, damn, that's a lot. Okay, follow here. Oh my God. Okay, let me take a bite of my peach. Okay. Why did you keep dodging my messages and concerns? When I wanted to one-on-ones, you kept dodging or you gave me a short corporate answer, even when I was under immense pressure from the community for answers about the auditions and I pleaded for a statement by your PR team. You told me it wasn't needed. You made a tiny video instead, looking like you were hurt and upset, saying sorry instead of meeting me one-on-one for my concerns, and I was left crying and frustrated. But like a fucking dog, I went back and happy to even get something from you because, oh man, boss actually answers me. Ooh, that's bad. That's toxic, dude. You wanted one finally when you knew everything was. Oh, you wanted one finally when you knew everything was crashing around you. Then debuting new talents and such after the community kept asking about it and kept waving it off and letting me take the punches. Damn! I smiled. I fucking brushed it off and kept pushing to the company because I was hopeful for new talent and bringing new people to help. Oh, man. Instead, I find you were hiring people without input and poaching without even the idea of truly helping them other than financial gain. Shoot, wait, so he poached other talent just so he could keep embezzling money? Allegedly? I should say. We didn't even know who you were bringing in. You and the team told us to just take it. You and some people were really ready for me to be thrown under over and over. Even when Amelie, oh, I forgot. I do love Amelie, but I knew Amelie as the singer. I didn't realize so much later she was a VTuber. Amelie joined. I remember I was so excited for this too. I begged you to put out a statement regarding auditions before she announced her debut stream. You gave us the middle finger. Me and Amelie had to put out a statement because your PR team was unfit for their job. I took it all. Why do we have to say anything at all? Why did I have to keep talking? Or excuse me, why do I have to keep taking the funky damage over and over? You were hurting me well before this. You know you have. I've been pushing a company so blindly who didn't even care for me, but I'm an idiot and I kept believing. I was so excited for this. I spent sleepless nights dealing with constant harassment. Are you spending money which you didn't even have without even warning us on God knows what? And you knew, don't even lie, you knew that money was for charity and was supposed to be placed to the side to be untouched. Where did the $11 million go in less than 3 years even? What happened to all that money? Fuck! My gosh. I'm really tired from all these years of trying to push for something that kept pushing me to the wolves. I was so stupid, but I was so excited. I really trusted you. We all did, despite everything. I don't wish you any ill will. I just hope you find some way to make this right. This is so big. I feel like it's like a sinkhole. You know what I mean? It starts off small, but then it just gets bigger and bigger, and you don't know how big it'll get or how deep it goes. I feel like this is what the situation was. Because I feel like there's more than just embezzlement. There has to be, right? Maybe not. Maybe, hopefully, it's just embezzlement and nothing else. But damn, I don't know how he's going to make that right. I did see Shy Lily's video where she stated that she knew when they were trying to recruit her, she knew something was off, and that's why she didn't join. Which, man, trust your gut. Trust your gut. Okay, so there's that, and there's one more. Again,
Good morning.
bless you.
And good night to Vshojo, R.I.P. They just got tucked into bed for their final rest, the last sleep. They put out a statement.
It sounds like that weird crypto scam from a few years back where management just threw all the money into a single bucket and failed to keep proper track of everything. That's why crypto. That's hope crypto. Yes, people easily got scammed through crypto. I'm not gonna lie. And I think there was one that involved a YouTuber. I won't say nothing more than that.
Today where they formally announced they are shutting
This
down,
is some-
but also they left
That was okay. The apology, I get it. They're trying to take responsibility, but he admitted to a crime on a tweet.
us a golden little nugget in there that I cannot believe any sane lawyer would have given the okay to, where they kind of loosely admit to a crime. A little something called embezzlement.
Oh
The statement
my
was
God.
put out by their CEO, Justin Gunrun, and I have to imagine his legal representatives charged out of their office, briefcase in hand, desperately trying to get a hold of him to
Is that tweet still up? Did someone delete it? No, oh my God, let me check. Oh, well.
tell him that he just made a big boo-boo. Needs to probably sit down and watch that episode of the Magic
Why did I ask that? I literally just read it. I'm so fucking dumb. I'm dumb.
School Bus where Miss Frizzle teaches everyone about embezzlement by going up the butthole of a CEO or some shit. It was shocking to read that. But anyway, this is the final chapter in the story of the multi-million-dollar company that collapsed overnight.
Damn.
Actually just went
It really did. It really collapsed overnight. It just kept going and going.
down in flames and feces
Yes.
over the course of 24 hours. Once one of the big players in a multi-billion-dollar industry, the VTuber space, Vshojo found itself in hot water that turned to scalding water that turned to lava and dissolved the entire company.
Oh yeah. Once it's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. Forever, I tell you. So yeah, it's there.
So quickly. No exaggeration, this is actually the fastest corpo death I've ever seen for a company of their size.
Exactly.
Like fucking a spy taking 20 cyanide capsules wouldn't kill them faster than the bad business practices killed Vshojo once they came to.
It crumbled so fast. Something this big, a company this big, crumbling that fast. I think that's why it's so shocking to all of us.
light. Now, let's go through the statement here. Vshojo has failed and I've mismanaged the company into the situation you're all witnessing. That is brutally honest, right in your face, no smoke and mirrors. I imagine he had a glass of wine in his hand while typing that. But I would make the argument Vshojo didn't fail. You failed Vshojo. They had
Boom! I was gonna say it's not Vshojo that failed, but I, meaning they, them, that guy, Gun Run, failed.
some of the top talent in the VTuber space, which again is a multi-billion-dollar industry, that had all of the ingredients to success, but he snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. So he failed Vshojo through his mismanagement, would be more accurate to say, at least from everything I can see on the outside. But because he is now saying the company is shutting down, a lot of talent that was still stuck under NDAs was able to share their horror stories with how Vshojo handled their finance.
Which is crazy because once they were out, everyone was like, "Hey, I'm leaving Vshojo because yeah, they haven't paid me," or "I'm leaving Vshojo." It's crazy. It's crazy that they had to endure all of that.
And just some of their experiences there. So it's just been tons and tons of information about how poorly this company was led and all of like the really shady bad dealings that it engaged in. To continue though. So today
I feel like it's like covering black mold with paint and you keep trying to cover black mold with paint. Paint is the talent. You won't even pay them. You keep going over and over and again. And you just keep spending money. And hopefully making it look nice on the outside, but on the inside, you're like crumbling again. You destroyed.
Sharing the difficult news that Vshojo is shutting down, and I take full responsibility for the decisions that led us to this point. I've been doing everything I can to fundraise and right the ship these past few months, but despite my efforts, we are in a worse position, and those I care about are now paying the price.
See, like,
for the past few years, we raised around $11 million to pursue a bold, talent-first approach.
If you care about them, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. That's the thing. If you cared about them, how are you feeling remorse now? Like, why?
In VTubing, prioritizing creators and community over short-term profits to achieve long-term sustainability. Our funding went directly to our creators through generous splits, debut investments, infrastructure, concerts, events, and staffing, all designed to support them. We also wanted talent to own their IP, which we knew was a unique creator-first approach for an agency. However, despite all our efforts, the business failed to generate the revenue we needed to sustain that model, and eventually we ran out of money. Additionally, I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative.
Later learned?
At the time, we were working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believed, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all expenses. We were unsuccessful in our fundraising efforts. I made the decision to pursue funding, and I own its consequences.
Oh my God.
I am deeply sorry to all the talent, staff, friends, and community members who believed in our brand. You did not deserve this. Justin Gunrun.
Oh my God, how did
the community note
that?
came in with a Phoenix Wright objection here about his claim that he later found out that money that they were using came from Iron Mouse's charity event. Justin claims to not know the purpose of the funds, but he personally congratulated Iron Mouse on the completion of her charity fundraising event and
Got it 4K! No way! Oh my God, you're just getting... Justin is just digging a deeper and deeper hole. I don't know where Bedrock is.
Posted Ludwig directly mentioning half the funds would go to charity. So we can't really play the, I was big stupid man for a moment there. I should have known that it was charity money. How could that have slipped by me? Drats, I can't believe that. I'm really beating myself up over it. I should have known. Turns out, seems like he did know. Yeah. But this is where the, diet embezzlement comes in. Not even diet. It's pretty close to embezzlement. You could make a very strong case for. Of course, this is all alleged, but what he is fundamentally admitting to is that they took money that was generated by talent for purposes like charity fundraising, an obligation that Vshojo would have to give that money to charity. It was not their money to use. It was not their gain for their company, but they took that money and did use it as their own.
That's insane.
And the reason, and you've seen this before in other companies, it's kind of a tale as old as time. Once companies take in these investors and they constantly chase this white whale of trying to, reach profitability and make it back. Well, what they did is they then used that as a means of...
I'm so scared of the business world. I feel like the sharks. I can't do it. I don't have a business mind. Thankfully my husband does. Thankfully I have family members who do, so they're the ones who I go to for help. God bless them, because I can't. All of that seems so intimidating.
Trying to get more investors on board. Look at this, we have this $500,000 that was supposed to go to charity, and also this money that was supposed to go to our talent, and it's ours. It's Vshojo money. Look how well we're doing. Who wants to come in and invest? Come on, doors are wide open. This is something a lot of companies have done in the past, all of which is illegal. That's a big no-no, but they misappropriate funds and present it as though it were gains. The company's doing really well. Look at all of this, even though it's not really their money to be presenting in that fashion because they are entrusted with it to use for something else. But It's supposed to try and get investors on the hook, like, start chumming the waters, like, get your pocketbooks out, investors. You won't be able to fight the urge to put money into this company, even though it's not doing as financially well as they're trying to make it seem. So that is what happened to Vshojo. It's why a lot of talent did not get paid, I guess. A lot of talent is reporting that they also did not get paid significant amounts of money. It's not just Iron Mouse. There were quite a few that came out about it. In Iron Mouse's case, though, it was more than just that. They also didn't even pay the charity that she raised money for like they were supposed to. They instead used that money as part of their spending capital. It's a complete mess. And it really is like loosely admitting to a crime here. Now, the next obvious question here is what happens to all the money the talent is owed from this company, as well as the $500K that they owe to charity? Will that money ever be distributed? And the answer is absolutely fucking not, probably. They burned through, Justin is admitting, they burned through all of their investment capital and they actually don't have any money left. Like, they've not only scraped the bottom of the barrel, they ate its whole ass out. So I don't know how they'll be paying any of the talent back,
That's
the
the
money
thing.
that they are still...
I don't know how you're going to make up for this. Like, I don't know how it's possible to make up for something this bad. I don't know how. I don't think they're ever going to see that money. I'm sorry. That's why I really hope that the communities continue to rally together to support the talents. Please support the talents. I don't think they're going to see that money. If they do, I really hope that they do. I have faith in humanity that they do hopefully get that paid what they're owed. But it sucks. This is such a awful situation.
owed, and I think my guess was wrong in the first video I made covering this, where I speculated they donate the money to try and save face.
No.
They don't have the money to donate anymore, so I also don't think they'll ever be able to fulfill their obligation to the Immune Deficiency Foundation from the Iron Mouse fundraising that she did, and that's a damn shame. Good news though, like I said in the last video, the Iron Mouse Tiltify link has absolutely exploded, so the charity has received over $1 million in donations as a result of this complete fucking, hogwash from Vshojo, which is great news. But it is still sad that it's going to miss out on what it is still owed. And all of the creators seem like they will be as well. But I could be wrong. I'm not entirely knowledgeable on how that's going to work for a company like this because I haven't seen a company die this fast. This company, over the course of 24 hours, literally imploded. Shit.
It imploded. I feel like, I swear, I'm so happy. I am very happy and grateful that at least the VTubers get to keep their IP. I'm so happy they get to keep their IP. Because I know if they weren't allowed to keep it, well, first of all, that would have been so much worse, right? If they weren't allowed to keep their IP, the character that they've created their entire brand on, like, I'm just glad they were able to keep that. Thank goodness. But my my heart bleeds for them because it's their money.
It imploded.
It's their money.
It died so quickly, and now they are fully shutting down. So, I mean, maybe there is some kind of structure in place that will, get the funds that are owed to the talent and to the charity. I don't know. I find it doubtful based on the statement from Justin here, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully, they can get the money that they are owed, but we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that's the end of Vshojo. That's really about it. So yeah.
Dang, and like, I feel like this is another lesson that everyone needs to learn about signing with any kind of talent agency. Well, let me just say, again, I'm not very good and versed in the business space. But like talent agency like VTubers and what YouTube went through a while back with their agencies, I think it's because it's on an internet space. The rules are not really set in place to protect the talent as much as, let's say, an actor would be, or a writer or something like that, or a voice actor even. Even voice actors is hard, but I don't know, man. I think I think that they I think there's just a lot of scams out there. I'm paranoid. I got trust issues. I wouldn't trust a lot of companies. I just think I don't want to say they're all scams because they're not, but like I can't do it. I have to stay independent. I'm so scared of stuff like that because again, I get why you need to have someone that you trust handle your funds, especially when it's coming from all these different kinds of avenues. It'll overwhelm me. It will overwhelm me. So having someone who is more knowledgeable in that would be helpful for me. But then you hear stories like this, and now I'm not so sure. Now, it just gives it a bad name. I don't know. I don't know. And I hope maybe I feel like this might be rock bottom for the situation. Maybe this is the final chapter. But again, I don't know. I was surprised it crumbled in 24 hours, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's only been not even a week. Oh my god, but I was trying to keep up with it. I was trying to keep up with all of this. Anyway, I hope you guys had an amazing evening. I'm so sorry for the short stream. However, it's because I'm going to a convention tomorrow. A very special convention tomorrow. So I'm going to a convention and I want to go ahead and get my stuff ready because I have to leave very, very early. So I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Please stay safe and I will see you guys on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.